Oh man. Hey, I missed my applause. I want no cue, man.
What's happening?
Dude,
What up, though? What up, though?
You kind of late, man, but this
Hey, that's what niggas do.
we'll go ahead and lead the show with that, man. Panthers, not Panthers, but the Patriots cut Cam Newton this morning. I didn't see it coming.
I don't think
I don't think nobody saw that coming.
Nobody saw it coming, man. But you know, some people were saying it out there saying, "Hey, man, if Cam's not gonna start, you can't have someone with that type of clout sitting behind a rookie quarterback. You just can't, man. You know, it's kind of embarrassing, and it's not gonna be good for your rookie in that locker room to have somebody that can, you know, kind of split the locker room. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So we'll go ahead and open it up. Tell me why y'all think the Patriots chose to cut him. Where y'all see him going next? Is his career over as a starting quarterback? You know, give me what your thought is, and then we'll touch on what we think about mac and cheese. That's what they call him. That's what they call him, Mac Jones.
Mac and cheese. I don't think his career is over. I think he has some decisions to make. You know what he want to do. He want to be a starter, then he may have to wait before he get a starting position. You know, if he want to just play and be a backup, there's a lot of people that take him as a backup right now. You know, so I guess that's some of the decisions he need to make within his own self, what he want to do. Far as like why they cut him, I think people just believe that in the Patriots organization believe that Mac Jones showed enough that if you know that they feel he can take them to where they want to go in the future. I think
Enough like what though?
Like I said before, man, I think that I don't think Mac Jones right now is a top-notch quarterback, but I think he showed enough poise, you know, he showed enough accuracy that the Patriots see the future in him. And they just thought, maybe we just go ahead and cut Cam now. Because they like we had said in the Thursday show that, you know, when it comes to the end of the year, they're gonna have to make a decision about Cam anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe Belichick just said, hey, let's just do it now.
Yeah, but the way I see Belichick is a guy like, man, how do we win now? He that type of dude.
Mm-hmm.
The fact of the matter
go ahead.
For me,
I
heard them ask Jones, was he gonna did he feel like he was gonna be the starter?
Mm-hmm.
And the way he dodged that question sounded just like Bill Belichick.
Like he knew.
He talked the whole lot, didn't say much. And I was like, yo, he has this personality already. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I can kind of understand that. But they said he had 8 preseason drives, and all 8 of them ended in scoring, whether it was a touchdown or a field goal.
Right.
Now, here is the thing that you got to remember about that. He was definitely carving up second, third, fourth, and people that was cut string defenses.
Mm-hmm.
Because he wasn't getting to start like that. In one of the games they played the Eagles, and I don't even think the Eagles knew they was there yet. Like the Eagles.
Yeah, that's true.
Like that was hard. Like that was horrible. But outside of that, I understand it lines up with the Patriot way. I think when the news broke, I think I told Melvin, hey, he's better than 10 starting quarterbacks right now. Cam still is better than 10 starting quarterbacks.
Yeah, I give you that.
And I send him a list.
The only teams that he can be a backup for, and you know, the only teams if I was Cam that I would accept being a backup for is I go play for the Seahawks and back up Russ.
Okay.
I go play for Pittsburgh and back up Big Ben.
Okay.
Hell no. Really?
Yeah.
So you would take Ben? You would take Ben over Cam right now? I'm just asking that question.
Well, he's saying backup. He's saying backup though.
Okay.
I would take Ben because at this point he still got to learn Pittsburgh's offense.
Okay, that's fair.
Right. He got to learn a lot of stuff, man. So he can't come in there and start over Ben. It's not even possible. But guess what? By the time Ben breaks down in week 5 or week 6,
which is inevitable,
right?
Right.
Cam's on the field, right? And for someone like Russell Wilson, he just a huge nice insurance policy. We know what Russ go do, but hey, I don't feel bad backing up this Pro Bowler while he's in his prime. You get what I'm saying?
But
everybody else, nah, man.
Being breaks down. Why was it a certainty that Ben is going to break down?
Man,
bro,
Ben is geriatric style. He's ready for the convalescent home.
AJ is a pig's pussy pork.
It is.
Okay, so being an injury is inevitable. Right? This is what that is.
Hey, Chris said Mac is on a 7 to 8 game leash.
No.
They don't have nobody. They don't have nobody. He ain't no leash now.
No, now that Cam is gone, there is no leash.
There's no
That's
leash.
his team.
Right. That's his team.
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't have.
He don't have a leash now.
That's why Cam is gone, so they can, so ain't nobody breathing down his back for his time. But what Chris is saying is, and I think Corey said this in our group chat. He said Bill's go give everything and put everything on his shoulders and see what happens. If he don't like what he sees, as soon as Trey Lance becomes the starter in San Francisco, Jimmy G is coming to New England.
Ooh.
Do you want a set of drums too to make some more noise?
What
about this, man? What do you think about Cam going to Houston?
I like that too. But I was just talking about the places he can go and be a backup at.
Well, okay, what about Tennessee for a backup then?
He's similar to Tannehill. He really is.
I would start him in Tennessee. I wouldn't.
Over Tannehill?
Tannehill?
See, yes.
I don't know about that. And
Tannehill almost made the list. I got 10 quarterbacks he was better than without saying Tannehill.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Kirk Cousins. I put Cousins on the list.
Kirk Cousins be finessing. He's stealing money from people.
And Andy Dalton wasn't even on the list because I think Justin Hurd. I'm Justin Hurd.
What's up with your names today, bro?
Hey man, listen.
Hey Lamar, your weed wearing off on everybody.
Hey man, I got good weed, bro.
Who all did I say? Just
Oh, you named a bunch. You said let me pull it up.
Yeah, because I got all them cats on there.
Well, I mean, look, let's be honest.
Here you go, Cousins, Danny Dimes, Tua.
Yeah.
Everybody in Denver. Sam Darnold, Wentz, Goff, Fitzpatrick, and I said maybe Carr, and I didn't count Andy Dalton or Tannehill.
Which is real. And I'm gonna let Lamar get in here. I say, but that's weird that you said Denver because they pretty much chose Bridgewater over Cam.
Mm-hmm.
They pretty much got rid of Cam and gave the contract that Cam could have got to Teddy.
Right.
And that's kind of weird that you still see Cam is somebody that you would start over Teddy. But go ahead, Lamar.
Well, look, I think this decision that Belichick did wasn't necessarily on Cam's performance in the preseason because we've all had this conversation and
right.
Mel, you jumped on me and said, "Oh, you was just talking about Cam. He looked pretty good that Thursday night," and he did. And I think Cam actually was looking a lot better than what he was doing last year in the preseason, and he was playing number ones in the preseason.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So this is my shock that he got released is because he's getting all the starts against all preseason, against all number ones. He was getting majority of the number one reps in practice.
Mm-hmm.
And, Belichick all offseason says Cam is the guy. Cam is the guy.
That's just Belichick, though.
Well, I know, but of course, what you say and what you do are two different things. I get that. But when all the indications are saying that Cam's the guy, that's why it's a shock to me. But here's where I think it went left. When he got that little COVID little mishap and had to miss like a week.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what did it. It gave Mac Jones a chance to actually get time and more time with the number ones that gives you a week of gelling, coming together as a squad. And not only that, he wasn't vaccinated. And believe it or not, and people, you can have your own opinions on getting vaccinated or not. But when it comes to NFL, it's a liability at this point. Mm-hmm. You can't. And Belichick is about, I need somebody that's going to be consistent and somebody I can always count on. Can you say you can always count on Cam?
We don't know if he's not vaccinated. He just refused to tell you his vaccination status because he said he doesn't have to.
Wait, we'll get to that, Jay. We got 2 callers on the line. I'm gonna go to Gary with the Sports Cave first. What's up, big dog?
What's going on, guys?
Ain't nothing, man. Chilling.
Hey, man, I couldn't wait for your show tonight because I definitely want to talk about this. I'm a big Cam fan. I'm a big Panthers fan. Mm-hmm. But Lamar, I agree with you 100%. I think it's politics. Mm-hmm. And I think it had to do with the COVID vaccine. Because if you think about it, when you look at it, Mac Jones, number one, he played good. Mac Jones had way more series than Cam did. Cam played really good. I mean, the opportunities that Cam had was way less than Mac Jones. But Cam played good. He was looking like his old self. I mean, he was throwing some good throws, everything. But I think it was more political and this vaccine thing, because if you just kind of notice that how it all kind of played out, if you notice how a couple of Belichick's main guys like Hightower and White and those guys started speaking out on Jones.
Yeah.
So they didn't tell you everything. See, Belichick,
they told you everything.
What he wants you to know.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And that's what I saw. So I didn't see this coming, but it tells me if you're not going to conform to Belichick's way, then you're not going to be there. And we've seen that with Chad Ochocinco. We've seen it with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Randy Moss as well. You're not going to do it Belichick's way. It's Belichick's way or the highway.
And that's interesting that you said that, because that's the same thing that Mangini said when he first got interviewed right after the Cam got missed a time with the COVID. Mm-hmm. He kind of said the same thing, man. And he was like, he was kind of saying in so many words like, this might be the beginning of the end for Cam, man. Mm-hmm. But hey, Sheldon, you on the line too, man. Hey, did Cam get a fair shot, you think?
Yep.
How?
This right here shouldn't have been a shock. Like, why is it a big deal?
Because Cam played well.
Yeah, he did.
When?
He played well. Listen, so when
go ahead. Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
What's well?
I get to see how you handle my offense. First of all, Cam only played 1 series per preseason game.
Exactly.
Right,
hey, bro. Preseason wasn't going to cut it anyway.
So how can you win? How can you win?
Listen, fam. Cam wasn't Patriot material anyway.
Okay, I give you that.
That's a different argument, though. That's a different argument. If you saying that,
Hey, listen. I'm talking strictly football.
Okay.
I'm talking strictly football.
Okay.
Cam Newton wasn't never New England material as a quarterback.
You're talking about style of play.
Yeah, he never was. He can't spread that ball around.
You don't think so?
Cam Newton wasn't drafted because he can spread the field. He can throw the ball. Cam Newton was drafted because he won a national championship and he was a big ass 6'9", 250-pound athlete. And at the time, the NFL was all about the run, quarterbacks that can move and bruise something. And matter of fact, football was like that at that time because Tebow was in college, ran his shot early. Cam came behind that doing the same thing, got drafted, came in the league doing that for a couple of years with the Panthers. Then he started to get hurt. Once Denver exposed them in the Super Bowl, Von Miller there, it was a wrap, bro. Y'all didn't see this?
Well, see, the play on the field.
I don't agree there.
Well, how you see it, Gary? Because I got my own take.
gonna tell you, I don't agree with that because I'm gonna tell you for the black quarterback, and I'm gonna say this.
Hey,
For the
it ain't
black
a
quarterback,
let me it ain't about I don't want to put color. I'm not talking color in politics. Look at New England and look at Cam Newton's style, bro. He wasn't never the option. He just was a gap filler.
I agree with you there. That's why he kept
was
getting
gonna
1
be a
year
gap
deals.
filler.
Yeah, but
agree with that.
I think everybody can agree that Cam was never the long-term solution. Period.
Right.
No,
Right.
exactly.
Right.
Agreed. Totally.
And
But
we
if you feel
talking-
like your future is in the
and
building,
it's just
then why
my
not go with
opinion.
it?
This is my opinion. Dealing with Bill Belichick, we all know what's long term in New England. Whoever got paid in New England, long term.
Tom.
That's it.
How long it took?
Hey, and Tom and Bill. That's it. Tom and Bill is the only one who's.
That's what I'm saying.
Now, Stephon Gilmore got a contract. Stephon Gilmore. There's three guys.
And they ready to get rid of him.
Yeah, he's on the pup now.
Yeah, Grunt too. Yeah, Grunt too. So Gary, since Shelton brought up the Super Bowl,
let me finish with this, and I gotta go. Let me finish.
All right, go ahead.
Cam got to stop listening to all that damn rap music, man. Hey, no, hey man, Bill Belichick want to see that man dance on that practice, man. Let's be for real,
hey,
man.
Bill, the word is Bill loves Cam, man.
I'm not
Bill,
down there.
be honest with you, Bill likes
I'm
that
not
kind of
down
stuff. To be straight
I'm
with
not
you.
down there.
Yeah,
I'm just making a joke.
yeah, I know. But
I'm pretty sure Cam a good dude, bro. I'm pretty sure a good guy.
Cam is
all
a good
that.
dude.
Yeah, I'm not down there. I'm not.
He's
down
a good teammate. He's a good teammate, man.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
my
not down
thing is, I agree with what you're saying to a certain point. And when you're talking about, and what I'm saying about, you were saying about he was drafted because he's big and he can run and stuff like that. But you got to understand something. That's always been a kind of a turnoff for the NFL for a quarterback that can run and stuff. Look at Michael Vick. Look at Lamar Jackson, the stuff that they're giving him right now.
right.
You know, so I don't think that was one of the reasons why he was drafted. Cam was drafted, and they made a system. They built the system according to
Around
Cam
him.
in Carolina. They didn't.
Mhm.
They never came in and said, "Cam, you're going to do it by our way." They built it around it. And
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
the whole thing was the reason why New England was wanting Cam is because Brady wasn't a mobile quarterback.
Mm-mm.
Josh Daniels, that's one of the reasons why he drafted Tebow, was because he was mobile and he wanted to do a few things.
Right.
And I think that was a lot of Josh Daniels that was bringing Cam there. Now, like I said, Cam last year didn't have the weapons. You know, the guy had COVID, you know, a lot of other things. Cam hadn't been the same since 2016 season, really, to be honest with you. And you can fault Ron Rivera for a lot of that because Ron Rivera played that man when he was hurt and he knew he was hurt
Yeah.
for his job.
Yeah. But Cam wanted to play too. Through those
Yeah, he
injuries,
did,
man.
he did.
I mean, you gotta remember this dude got in a car accident. His sports car flipped over 3
Right.
times.
Yeah,
He
he flipped
played
that
the
truck
next
over.
Sunday.
Yeah.
He did.
You know what I mean? So the dude really is Superman, and I really think this, you know, and it was some political stuff on why he
Mhm.
started the his downfall after his MVP season. I think because the Panthers defense was so good,
Mhm.
and Cam Newton in that run game was so good, and they only lost one game that season. And they rolled through the playoffs kinda, and I really thought
Yes, they did.
that was their year. But this is my honest opinion, and you can call me whatever you want to call me. I think that the NFL was adamant that Peyton's last year he was going to get a ring. You got this
Bingo.
top.
Bingo. I've been saying it for the longest.
You got this top
Bingo.
3 quarterback of all time,
Bingo.
and all he got to show for is a bunch of yards and 1 Super Bowl, and his little brother got 2, right? And
Right.
you can't keep spinning that story of how great Peyton Manning
You
was
can't.
with 1 ring. So they had to give him a last one, even when he couldn't throw 40 yards no more.
So let
He
me
couldn't throw 20.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
let me ask you this.
Can I say
and not
something?
to switch subjects. But what you think the NCAA about to do for Coach K's final year?
Oh, you can't fake.
Oh.
You can't even. They won't even make it to the Final Four. You can't even fake that. That you would have to cheat 30 straight games. You can't do that.
You watch. But the book
See the whole season, see the whole season.
Hey, listen,
Yeah.
the book of the week is wrapped around Cam Newton.
They're gonna give everybody COVID.
Yeah,
The book pick of the week is Cam Newton will start in the NFL before week 8.
I'm with you on that. You been generous with week 8. I think
I was gonna say 5. I was gonna say 5, but I'll say 8.
Hey, what?
Yeah.
Who gonna pick? Who
Can I
gonna
say
get him
this,
though?
guys?
Who gonna pick him up?
Yeah, what's up, Gary?
Go ahead.
Can I say this? I'm gonna be honest with you. I personally think, and I'm sure you guys probably disagree with me, but I think the team that he could go to, because we really don't know how healthy the starting quarterback really is, it's Dallas to be a backup.
Dallas.
Because
Mm,
I'm telling you,
Hey,
I'm
but
telling you, man. Jerry
not to cut you,
Jones-
not to cut you off. Dallas, he's going to have to get vaccinated if he goes to Dallas.
Yo, yeah, exactly. And now I'm
He's gonna
going
ride
to say
the
that.
pine in
Now he's
Dallas.
going to have to get, because Jerry's about that. You're exactly right, Lamar. I am
Yeah.
getting ready to say that because he's going to have to get, if he's vaccinated or if he's not, whatever, he's going to have to get that because Jerry ain't playing that. Period.
Mhm.
That's
But I think
true.
the best fit for him is Dallas.
Man, that man finna ride the pine. Hey, can I say something?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna ask everybody on this phone, what's the landscape of the NFL right now when it comes to an offensive game?
Passing.
Right.
Okay. Now I'm gonna ask y'all another question. Y'all really think Cam Newton can spread that pill around like that?
It depends on the squad because
Whoa. Hey,
I don't. Hold
hey,
on. It depends on the squad because I don't think Baker Mayfield is all that.
damn.
But they
He was just with the best coach. He just was with the best coach ever.
exactly, and that would have been a perfect situation. They went and got him 2 tight ends. They went and got him 3 running backs. They went and got him a beast defense. It was perfect for him.
Right.
It was perfect for him.
I mean,
that's my point.
Wait, but look at it like what I'm
Whoa.
saying. Look at Tom Brady, man. Tom Brady made a career of a dink and dunk, take a shot, dink and dunk, take a shot.
Right.
So if you can put a system around Tom Brady and win that many rings, you can do the same thing with Cam.
Right.
Cam
you know,
not
you
Tom
play
Brady.
I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you can put a system around his style of play. If you got a good defense, and Patriots got a good defense.
What is Cam Newton's style of play?
It's running.
It's he
Run
No,
first.
no.
Cam's style is run first and then take a shot. Come on.
No, we're not going to do that. If his style of play was running, how many times he hit Greg Olsen 100 times in two, 3 straight seasons.
Melvin Wall. This man Cam just had 12 rushing touchdowns last year and had less than 10 throwing touchdowns. And you
Name the
gonna tell
receiving
me
corps in New England last year.
But last year he was
Yeah,
horrible.
I can name the receivers last year.
You was there.
Jay
I was there.
Coltrane, Melvin Wall, Gary from Sports Cage, Shelton, Silk there, P there, Mama there. Silk there.
make us say, oh.
But they didn't have any receivers. He had nobody to throw that thing to.
Well,
Okay,
right,
but hold on.
Go ahead, Lamar. Go ahead.
Reason why I hate that argument because that's the same roster that Tom Brady drugged to the playoffs with 12 wins. That's the same roster.
No, it ain't.
Yeah,
Tom Brady
not
had
the same roster.
Tom Brady had a top 10 defense.
That's defense. I'm
That
talking
makes a
about
difference.
offense.
It makes a difference.
It does make a difference, but that's the same
No.
offense.
When Tom Brady had that offense, when Tom Brady had those same receivers, everybody was saying Tom Brady was washed. He was done. He couldn't throw the ball anymore. He got a new start in Tampa Bay and won a Super Bowl.
Because he got weapons in Tampa Bay.
Hold on, we'll go back to that. We got a caller from Iowa. Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, it's Michael LeGrand, man.
Mike, what's up?
Right.
Why you got a number from Iowa?
He lived in Iowa.
That's
That's
where I've
where he
been
lived.
living the last 10 years, man.
You the only brother out there?
Hey, first of all, don't
Lamar gone.
yeah. Hey, don't
Lamar left,
dislike
you don't
Iowa.
want
Since I left, Mike is the only brother left. And so literally, you could probably count all the people in your household as people that are colored in Iowa.
Go ahead, Mike.
I was gonna say on the real, most of the brothers are out here from like Chicago. It's like 4 hours away.
Chicago, Kansas City.
Mhm.
They all migrated here. But no, I was gonna say as far as with Cam, like even when he first came in the career, they had to dumb down the offense because his biggest problem is his judgment when it comes to reading defenses, and he always wants the big play. If you look early in his career, he always wants to throw it 20, 30 yards down the field versus doing like Tom Brady does, taking that first option, that dink and dunk, and just working the ball.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Mike,
Oh, go ahead.
So he that was the knock on him coming in. I mean, he did break Peyton Manning's rookie record, but that's neither here nor there. And then when he was throwing to Steve Smith, just give him one number one receiver and look what he did with Steve Smith, right? And then your great idea of building around this quarterback is, hey, let's get rid of Steve Smith when he still got juice left and give him to Baltimore. And let's just let Cam run, read option. Let's just give him 2 running backs and no receivers. Maybe we'll bring Ted Ginn in. Maybe we'll do that. Ted Ginn has no thumbs. He's out there. He's like Matumbo in the post, right?
Well, okay, here's my thing about the Steve Smith thing, because I have a different point of view. I feel in his career with Steve Smith, especially with his personality, like Steve Smith was like, throw me the ball, I'm always open. And I think that the coaching staff felt that he wouldn't learn to spread the ball if Steve Smith was on that team. And I think that's why they sent Steve out, because they made him realize, okay, now that Steve is not there, I got to learn to throw to other receivers. I got to learn to read through my progressions, and find the best option instead of forcing it.
Hey, here's an idea, Mike. How about pull Steve and your quarterback to the side and say, hey, we're not going to do every time. I mean, that's called coaching. Like you have to
exactly.
and look, and that's the reason why you have to get players that look like, or you have to get coaches that look like these players, that understand them, that can talk to them. How is a grown man getting paid millions of dollars coaching? Their bright idea is say, let's get rid of our talent because we don't think the personalities match with our quarterback. That makes no sense. They got rid of Steve Smith and replaced him with what? Ted Ginn, and they went to a Super Bowl.
You got that? You got that jersey back there. Who they replaced him with?
Well, yeah. We're not gonna talk about the jersey.
Hey, bro.
Yeah, you love that Kelvin Benjamin, don't you?
What's up, Joe?
Hey, can we talk about today Cam Newton, the one that just got cut today?
We can talk about today's Cam Newton. Let me say one thing. I gotta let Mel and Lamar get in real quick. Let me say one thing. Cam was legit for this squad. They went out and got free agents that would fit well with Cam. He likes the tight end. They went and got 2 of them. He succeeded with running backs when he had D'Angelo Williams and Stewart, and they went and got 3 of them that he can get a ball to, right? And they got a couple of speedy receivers, Aguilar and N'Keal Harry on the side that he can use.
No, whoa. Don't say Speedy and N'Keal Harry in the same sentence, bro.
Well, I'm sorry. Well, Aguilar, whoever else they got. But they got and then they went and beefed up their defense. They got all their guys back that sat out last year. So you got the same dynamic that Carolina had when Cam Newton was successful times 2.
So why they don't go get him now?
Who? But they did. But then they seen Mac Jones, and then they start putting everything.
Right. They saw a great right hope.
No. I say New England got the same dynamic that Carolina had when they went to the Super Bowl with Cam.
Carolina got a running back right now, right?
But remember, Carolina is on their BS. They did to Cam Newton for CMC what they did to Steve Smith for Cam Newton. They said, Cam, bye-bye. We want CMC to lead this locker room now. And they're only bringing in guys that's going to get behind CMC.
Well, to jump in real quick, I feel like a big part of the reason why they didn't re-sign him, because remember that last year of his contract, they owed him a shit ton of money, but they didn't want to pay a dude that's been injury prone like the 3 years prior to that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? For him to get injured again. And I think that was probably the biggest reason right there why they let him go.
Yeah.
Hey, it was 2 years in a row he didn't play a lot because of injury.
Yes, that's correct.
It's pretty much 2 years.
What's crazy is if you bring them to Carolina right now, they won't have a game that doesn't sell out at home all season.
Facts.
Exactly.
I agree. Yep.
Facts. This would be the perfect time to bring him in now, but now
You can't bring him in with Sam. You just
threw away a whole lot of money on 72 thumbs.
Right.
Yeah. You're right. That coaching staff don't like Cam, and they didn't feel like
never
he fit.
did, and he was never in their plans.
Right.
That was the whole thing.
Yeah.
The coaching staff and the owner, because Tepper is a hands-on owner, and that was the whole thing. They never away with him, and I agree with the caller from Iowa about the injuries and stuff. But like I said, again, you've got to fault Rivera for a lot of that. They knew the man was injured. He was a franchise player, and resting him, you continue to play him to save your own butt.
Yeah,
I do agree. I think the coach should have overrode like Cam's willingness to play and say, "Nah, you hurt. Sit down.
Yeah.
Let's get somebody else in here, regardless of how the season might have fared. Keep that man healthy as possible."
Right.
But you just hit on it. The reason why they did play him is because what did you have behind Cam that was going to get wins for that team?
Right.
True.
Right.
You didn't have not a damn you had Taylor Heineke, you had Matt Moore at a time, you had Jimmy Clausen at a point in time, and you had a whole bunch of other dudes that probably wouldn't even gave you 3 touchdowns out of 8 possessions. So you had nothing.
He was your best option. Right.
Well, and I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this too. The 2018 season when he got hurt, those first, I want to say the first 6 to 8 games, he was playing at the same par that he was playing in 2015 season. He was playing with the same kind of numbers until he got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people don't remember that, and they forget about that. But that's the truth.
I got a true Carolina Panthers fan on the phone, man. Dino, what's up, man?
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
I know you got some heat, man. I'm just shut up, man. Go ahead. Cause I've been reading your comments.
They try to throw my boy out, man. My boy said Cam don't fit the Bill Belichick and the Patriots offense, but Cam is so gifted, man. You could put him in any play style, playbook, whatever it is you want to use, whether it be spread, pro style offense, is going to be efficient with Cam, regardless of who you have out there with him. Whether you have a big name receiver or a little name receiver, regardless of who you have with him, he's going to be efficient because that's just how gifted Cam Newton is.
Right. I agree, man. I think highly of Cam, man. I really do, man. And I understand everybody be like, "Oh man," but he don't throw it like Peyton Manning. It ain't on the rope. It ain't always accurate. I get that.
Every quarterback is different. Everybody has their own form of style. We didn't say that about Brett Favre when he was competing with Peyton and Tom.
Yeah,
he's one of the greatest.
Call him a gunslinger.
Right, Brett Favre just throw the ball up there.
That was a double standard.
Yeah, it was.
Oh yeah,
we gotta stop treating our black quarterbacks like that, man. They pushing them out, and I feel
amen.
Is there any black? Is there any black gunslingers, or you gotta be of the other?
Right behind you.
No.
Right behind you.
What? Like we gave Brett Favre gunslinger, we gave Phillip Rivers stuff.
But they don't call him a gunslinger though.
Hey, pretty much if you're a big quarterback with a big
they call him a magician.
and you throw in the traffic and you throw a lot of picks, we call it a gunslinger.
Right.
Unless he's black. If you're black, then you're just not a good quarterback.
They call him a sitting duck, lame duck is what they call him if you black.
Hey, you know something? If you really think about it, when it's just like with the black quarterback, when Michael Vick was running and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When you think about it, it's always been like that. Because when Steve Young, when Fran Tarkenton, Roger Staubach, when they all did it, what was it called? Oh, they're keeping the defenses honest.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it was called.
Yeah.
Oh, it makes him such a valuable player. But when Michael Vick started doing it, when you had Randall Cunningham doing it, you had all the black quarterbacks. Oh, no, that's just not good. We're looking for a pocket quarterback. It's different standards.
It is. It is. But the quarterback, that quarterback prototypical quarterback they're looking for, it doesn't just discriminate against black quarterbacks. It discriminates against anybody who don't fit the mold. I remember when I used to be a Buffalo fan back in middle school or whatever, right? And I remember when Doug Flutie was moving that daggone football, moving the chains, right? But they had just
you talking about Mr. Flutie Flakes.
Yeah, they had just drafted a kid that fit the prototypical quarterback. He was 6'4", 6'5", huge, strong arm. Rob Johnson. And Johnson was trash. And I remember he got hurt.
They traded for him.
And they put Flutie in, and Flutie went on like a 5-6 game run, and they made the playoffs late.
Right.
And then Rob Johnson came back a week before the playoffs, and Wade Phillips, dumb self, took the quarterback out who got them to the playoffs because he wanted a big arm, and Rob Johnson stunk it up. I think that might have been the Music City Miracle game too.
That was Miracle. Yep.
But so yeah, that that prototypical quarterback they're looking for. If you don't fit it, whether you short or you're not 6'4", you don't have a huge arm, you gonna get played, man.
Hey, it's funny you saying prototype, and just to piggyback off that, Mel, just look at what New England's prototype been the last 20 years. What prototype fits that prototype? Either Mac Jones or Cam. Mac Jones fits that bill. Just as close as possible.
Bledsoe on down to Brady.
But I think that's still unfair to say because we've only seen Cam Newton in spread offense. We've never seen Cam come out of a pro style offense or anything different other than the spread or wing.
Well,
and that's fair. But what I'm saying is,
if y'all sat back and watch, if when Cam did play, why is it that they was in a pro style offense? That's not his offense. That's not something he's comfortable with. But he started getting the hang of it.
Yeah, he did. You talking about North Turner? Yeah.
They started playing in the preseason. He started getting the hang of it. He started looking good. So to answer that question, does he have a fair chance? No. We don't even know what Mac Jones is going to look like in an official NFL game. We don't know.
We do. We do know. He's going to look like Tom Brady standing back there in that jersey. It's going to sell jersey. He's going to look,
especially in Boston. Hey,
right. Hey,
I mean, that's the sad truth, though. That's the sad
that
truth.
is.
I think
it has nothing to do with football talent at all.
Real quick, Mel and Lamar. The comment that's on the screen now: winning cures all. It's not a black or white thing at all. And then the second comment is when Vic came into the league, everyone said Vic was electrifying. So
because he was.
Do you agree that it's never a black and white thing when we're dealing with quarterback?
No, I don't agree with that.
No.
I don't agree with that. Now, to his point, winning may help, in the argument. So if you start winning, they may not comment as much on you, but they still gonna say something about you. There's still gonna be something there. I mean, look at Randall Cunningham. They went 15-1 that year. They're still like he's running too much. They still have something to say about Randall Cunningham.
Lamar Jackson is a very
Lamar Jackson.
You took it right out my mouth. Lamar Jackson as a starter is like 30-8, if I remember correctly, and they still find ways to nitpick at him.
Right.
So it's to me, I hate to say it, black quarterbacks, you literally have to go like above and beyond to not get that criticism.
Right. And I agree with that.
Hold on. Let me, if I could jump in real quick on that with the Lamar thing.
Okay.
Like, because I watched him at Louisville and stuff like that. I think with Lamar, the things that nitpicked about him, like he's a good dude. If you ever listen to this dude, he is a bona fide great dude. But there are holes in his game, you know, and that's been exposed. That's been exposed in the playoffs. That there is warranted criticism there for his style of game. Because I think he's more of a runner than Cam ever was.
Okay, let me say this. The argument, we're not arguing that players in general, whether black or white, does not deserve criticism. That's not the argument.
Okay, gotcha.
So, you know what I'm saying? The argument is the type of criticism, and when you compare it to their white counterparts. You know, just like
I think
earlier we
there's
talked,
definitely more pressure on them to
right? Just like
lead.
just like the argument, just like the comment we talked about, the gunslinger comment. You know, when Brett Favre was throwing all the interceptions, he's a gunslinger. But typically, when a black quarterback do the same thing, he's just making a mistake, or he's terrible, he's horrible, whatever adjective they put on it, and they don't give him that same, you know, criticism of he being a gunslinger. And I think that's more of to the argument. Now, even like when Lamar and I on our show, we criticize everybody. You know, because it's about, you know, that's just what, you know what I'm saying? We don't care who it is, because if you deserve criticism, you deserve criticism.
You deserve it.
And I think but I don't think the argument is about the criticism, it's about the type of criticism and the fairness of the criticism.
I mean, if we're going to be honest, the black counterpart to Brett Favre is Jameis Winston.
Ooh.
I was just about to bring that up. About to bring that up.
They have the same exact.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Only thing James do got to get it ring. That's it.
hey, James get a ring. Now shut up. Hey, if James get a ring, you'll leave him alone a little bit.
Hey, you know what it reminds me of when people criticize black quarterbacks for running a lot? It reminds me of the fish in the ocean that complained about the first mermaid that got out and walked on two legs. That's if you got legs, use them.
That's real. That's real. If I'm playing somebody in basketball,
can you imagine?
Point that was brought to my attention, fellas.
What's that?
Same topic, just a different party. Mm-hmm. Why is it everybody named they starting quarterbacks except Chicago?
Oh no, they did. They named.
No, they did. Dalton.
Yeah, they did.
They named Dalton.
Yeah, they did. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, who would y'all? Who?
Hold on. We get it. Let me bring.
Cass is easy, not Andy Dalton.
Let me bring Cass. Cass, what's up? We got a new caller. Go ahead, Cass.
What's up, fellas? What's up?
What's going on, bro?
What's up, Cass?
I evacuated. My black ass got out of Louisiana.
Good.
Start that up. But it is good to have a lifted truck. Lord, it came in handy. But yeah. But I was the person that made the comment about. It's not about a black or white thing. It's more of a like you said, winning cures all things. So I was trying to hopefully come in as soon as I put my comment up there, so I can defend what I'm saying.
Okay, go ahead.
I think, since we are of people of color, we're going to pay attention to the criticism of our race a little bit more than others. Because just how we were saying, like, the black counterpart to a Brett Favre nowadays, you would have said Jameis Winston. But the highest interception total that Jameis Winston threw up in an individual season before this year was 14. So, I mean, right.
He 30 for 30.
That's what you would want to label him as a gunslinger. I mean, he is. That's what he is. But I wanted to get back to this whole. Anytime someone brings up something, especially specifically with race, you can always hear someone say, "Well, Randall Cunningham." I didn't pay attention to Randall Cunningham when he was playing football. I wasn't as aware of football when he was playing football. So I'm not going to speak on the situation of a quarterback in the 80s and 90s. Shit, wasn't he playing up in like the Negro Football League? But my whole point of I don't know if y'all know this, but they didn't like Hank Aaron a lot neither. So I mean, are we like at what point are we going to just say, all right, we're going to stop it here, because I think I see fairness with our black quarterbacks. Because
how old are you, real quick?
I'm 34.
Okay, got you.
All right then. All right, back to what I was saying.
Are we gonna walk?
Yeah, so my whole point of saying this, if do you not hear, you don't hear no criticism of Pat Mahomes, right? Right, because he's efficient. I remember when Ryan Tannehill was playing with the Dolphins when he first came into the league. What they were saying about him? Oh, he's a gunslinger. And what happened to him? They kicked his ass out of there. I mean, it's just always. There's always people that they're saying is a gunslinger, but we are in a more of a efficient league than what it was when Brett Favre was playing. Having a TD to interception ratio of 2-1 was actually a pretty good thing back then.
Hey, Cass.
Let you have a 2-1 interception ratio now.
So
It's a whole
Okay,
different.
all right.
let me
What
let me
about,
back it up though, Cass. Let me back it up though. So
What up?
I get your point, right? How Pat Mahomes is not getting criticized, right? But Pat Mahomes is not being
Chiefs fans criticize him. I criticize his ass. He gets
well, yeah. he get criticized
Everybody
for he
did.
human, but I'm saying, but he doesn't have the stigma of being a quarterback that uses his legs a lot. Yes, he does scramble so he can get a pass off. He'll dance around in the pocket. He moves well back there, right? But ultimately, he's still trying to pass the thing because his number one weapon is his arm and his accuracy, and he can make every throw and all that stuff, right? He can do it on the run too. So
Agreed.
no,
The
he's
second
not
football
he's
field
not
is
getting
football.
criticized as being a runner. We're talking about quarterbacks who can throw it, but they're more dangerous when running, right? Those quarterbacks are the ones that get criticized unjustly, unfairly, and they want you to fit a certain mold just because you play a position. Can I play it the way I play it to my strengths? I don't have to play it the way you have a prototype in your head. I don't have to play it like that because my strengths are different than your strengths.
Hey, let's be honest, Coach.
Shaq one-on-one in basketball.
So for my rebuttal for that is because someone mentioned that when I said stated that. Oh, Lamar Jackson went 30-something and 8 in the regular season. How many playoff games did he win? That running mantra is going to be nullified once you could only make 1-2 reads.
What? Hold on, you got to go deeper. You got to go deeper than that and see who beat him in the playoffs. Because last I checked, the quarterback who had no legs and probably the one of the best arms was Peyton Manning, and he couldn't get past the Patriots for years. So who's putting Lamar Jackson out? Is it the team that's ultimately going to the Super Bowl? Is it Pat Mahomes? Perhaps?
Why you say that man ain't had no legs though?
He didn't. He
got a pair of legs. They're there.
Wait. Or
neck.
Regardless of who you're saying putting him out,
he couldn't.
Herm Edwards said best: you play to win the game. It's not me. Like, argue with your GM if a specific team is putting you out, man. I'm just putting this out there. And from the last I recall, didn't you win money in the regular season when last time Baltimore played the Chiefs? So don't get mad at me because y'all can't beat a specific team.
No. It's what Cass. What I'm saying is you're trying to equate losing in the playoffs to being a running quarterback, and I'm giving you an example of a quarterback who didn't run, who always lost in the playoffs. It has nothing to do with whether you run or whether you pass. You have to look at all.
Got to the Super Bowl.
How long did it take though? He had to do all types of stuff to get past Peyton Manning. Get past Tom Brady in the Patriots.
I don't know if with that same mindset though, a lot of people have to do a lot of. That's just like Jordan and those 6 years.
Cash, you all over the place, Cash. I'm just trying to make one point. I'm just trying to nail down one point. I'm trying to nail down one.
Hold on, man. Hold on. So essentially, what he's saying is with the running quarterbacks. Let's say you was playing one-on-one against Shaq, and you're playing basketball against Shaq, and you're telling Shaquille O'Neal, "Don't back me down." Well, that's a part of the game. Just because he's better at that part of the game, you don't want him to use that part because you're trying to level the playing field. That's the stigma against running quarterbacks that don't stay out the pocket, who can also throw. Now, a running quarterback who can't throw, you're not a quarterback because you can't throw. Right. So we're talking about guys who have a big time arm or at least a decent arm and also got wheels, and how that is frowned upon in the National Football League.
Right. And Lamar and Mel and then Dino, since he's the Panthers fan, I want y'all to respond to this one though, because Jay just said, something about leveling the playing field when it's dealing with running quarterbacks, right? Mm-hmm. I think the NFL also has leveled the playing field so those type of quarterbacks can't dominate, because I remember Cam Newton complaining for 2 straight years that, hey, when I become a runner, they're not treating me like a quarterback with the flags. They're letting them hit me any type of way.
Mm-hmm. Especially the year after the Super Bowl.
Especially the year after the Super Bowl.
He was getting knocked around.
Dino, speak to that because I know you was watching those games, and then
understand that statement was brought up even before Cam Newton. Michael Vick had a hard time fighting the league with this.
Exactly.
Yep.
Donovan McNabb slowed down from fighting with this. This been a big thing. Steve McNair, name any black quarterback that get out the pocket. They don't look after them. They're not gonna throw that flag. Even Pat Mahomes,
been like that for years.
They hesitant. They know he's the next best thing, but they hesitant with that flag.
Yeah,
it's tough, man.
Yeah.
I agree with Cam. They don't look at us the same.
Yeah,
But that's with anything. Just think about just how they say when they changed the rule for sacking a quarterback, you can't land on top of him. As a defensive player, I got to think, this is a quarterback. I can't hit him so hard. Nah, you're trying to create a turnover. So you're going to hit him regardless of whoever it is. I mean, shoot, if we want to talk about being hit out while you're running, you remember what Sean Taylor did to the punter for a Pro Bowl game?
And it was legal. He was a lot.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Even though he's being hit hard, it's still a legal hit.
And guess what? There was no flag. That's the crazy. It was Pro Bowl, but the respect for Sean Taylor. Come on, man. We talking about Sean Taylor.
Right.
You could be a no-name out there and literally in the black quarterback's career and probably won't get flagged for it, bro. For real. Come on.
Right, but that's what I'm saying towards the point that's for anyone that runs outside the pocket. It's not a black or white thing.
It is. We're all agreeing that it is.
Cass,
I'm
53 years old.
But this is the thing,
and I've seen this thing. I'm 53 years old. I've seen this thing.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, hold on. Gary was saying something. Go ahead, Gary. Go ahead, Gary.
Man, I'm 53 years old, and I have seen this thing when Greek said the stuff that he said about the black quarterbacks and stuff. Give me the Greek. I know y'all got him. What he said about the black quarterback. I've seen this stuff.
They
with
breed it.
Doug Williams. I seen him when he was at Tampa. I remember when there was an Orange Ocean at Tampa. How they treated him at Tampa. So I'm telling you, yes. I mean, in a perfect world, we want to all say, yes, everybody's treated the same. But this is not a perfect world we're living in. And it's not a perfect league. And it's not treated the same. And black quarterbacks are judged differently from white quarterbacks. It's just like you said, Mel, just like a gunslinger. You know, Jameis Winston, Brett Favre. But Brett Favre is a gunslinger.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mel. Respond to that.
That's all I'm saying. I mean, I respect what you're saying, Cass. I really do. And I see what you're saying. But I'm telling you, it's a little. It's some difference in there.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mel.
I agree with that. It's a difference, and I think what Cash, you need to kind of look at from a bigger picture. You trying to like hone in on this one idea, but what we all saying is that if you look at it from the running quarterback, just look at it from a running quarterback who are predominantly black quarterbacks.
That's facts.
So if you take it from that, they come out with these different rules, or allow different things to happen, or different criticisms based on the fact they trying to level that athlete so that other athletes who might be not look like them can compete.
Yeah,
I
but
just
you couldn't hit Steve Young the way you hit Cam Newton.
Right. It was a couple times Steve Young got hit and they throwing flags. Flags. And then you can't. Let me say this right quick. And Cam was a big guy, and they try to say, because his size, he should be able to absorb that punishment. My thing is, if you're gonna put in rules to protect quarterbacks, and because this quarterback happened to be able to run and is a bigger quarterback, you got to treat him the same way. You got to let him have those same rules and have those same, benefits because he's a quarterback.
But this is the thing. I never heard Paul Tagliabue. No. Roger Goodell. I never heard. I can't even think of the NFLPA, the black guy. I never ever heard
Morris
that
Smith.
from him. I only hear this coming from people that does this that we're doing for ESPN, I never heard that coming from a legal official. So it's just
You're
like
not
the
gonna hear
narrative.
that though. I mean,
wait.
just because you never heard him call him a nigga, don't mean he never said it.
You also mentioned the fact.
I mean, come on.
You also mentioned the fact that the typical black person is, the average black quarterback is a running quarterback.
I didn't say that. That's not what I said.
Shit,
Listen to it. This is what I said. This is what I said. Well, I mean, before you quote me, make sure you get to quote White. What I said is predominantly, not typically. There's a difference between saying predominantly and typically. Those are two different things. Typically, that means other people can be included in this. I mean, maybe something predominantly. That means other people can be included in this. The run that runs are the black quarterback. That means outside of that, there are black quarterbacks that don't run. And that means outside of that, there are white quarterbacks that can run. Josh Allen is one.
Hey, look. The NFL want the black quarterbacks to look like Teddy Bridgewater. We don't want you to run. We want you to be efficient passer.
Go ahead.
Wait, you say dominantly?
I said predominantly. Not dominantly.
Predominantly. All right.
Yes.
Predominantly. However you want to look at that adjective, however you want to look at it. Predominantly typically means more than often. So if you're going to say I'm going to use what you're saying.
Go ahead.
All right. Scratch that shit. All right. That's just going back to saying, let's just say if there's 10 black quarterbacks. I want to speak specifically on black quarterbers. If there's 10 black quarterbacks, of that 10, how many you think can run the football? Well, use their leg.
Wait, where are we going with this?
Just answer my question.
Because we gotta move. But the only point he's making is that, hey, you don't have to purposely say this rule goes for black quarterbacks. When you say this rule goes for running quarterbacks, then you really getting all the black ones because most of the running quarterbacks are black. That's all he's saying. It's more than one way to skin a cat. I can be unfair against you, but I can make this rule for running quarterbacks. You get what I'm saying? It's just a way around how they're doing it. And they wasn't treating running quarterbacks the same because when they got out of the pocket, they was getting hit all in the head. Even when Cam was sliding, they get blasted. They not calling it, hey, you're a big guy, and then after the Super Bowl, and this is my opinion, here's another conspiracy theory for you. When Cam Newton complained after the Super Bowl because they was tearing his head up in that Super Bowl too, and they wasn't calling nothing, and he complained about it after the game. The NFL's message to Cam is shut your black butt up. And when that season came back, the next season, the first 8 games, Cam was getting killed, and they wasn't throwing no flags. That was just another way of them say to shut up. And we were going to let you be the face of the league, but not now.
I just want to jump in real quick because I got to let you guys go. I just want to kind of like what we were talking about, how the rules are different. Look at how they've protected Tom Brady over the years. Right. Remember the year he got injured? I think it was like 2011 or something like that. And they completely changed. Yeah, they completely changed the rule on how we hit quarterbacks, how we take down quarterbacks. But yeah, and I get what Cass is saying, but at the same time, it's like they're just like Mel said, is like Newton is out here running and still getting lit up like he's a freaking running back and stuff like that. And it's just not equal. We're not getting that equal treatment.
That's facts. It's undeniable.
And I'm gonna let you guys go, man. I definitely appreciate y'all letting me call in.
I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, Mike.
Y'all take care, man.
You too.
All right, so Lamar, bring us in, man. How do we think Mac is gonna do now that Cam is out, man? We did an hour on Cam. So, how
we didn't even get to the funniest story of the day.
We'll get to
next. That's next. Yeah. We gotta touch Bishop Sycamore, man. We real quick.
Now I'm gonna keep it short. I'm gonna keep it short and simple.
Mac Jones. Hold on. Before you go, remember, first game is I think Miami. They got the Jets twice within the first 5 games. I don't think they got a challenge until
you mention the Jets.
I don't even know.
Not a challenge. What you mean, man?
He ain't. What challenge they got in the first 5 games?
Well, no,
Miami gonna be a game.
No.
That's rivalry.
Oh yeah, that Miami do got a nice defense, but come on,
got a
man.
nice defense, man.
All right,
Okay.
Rivalry, anything can happen in any rivalry game. We know that.
That's true.
It's rivalry. It's just different. It's just a different game.
That's true.
And that's week 1. That's the tone setter. Bama versus Bama. That's a tough one, man. Miami. And yeah. All
right, Lamar, go ahead.
No, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Look, Mac Jones fits New England's prototype of a quarterback.
Yes.
He's gonna be the closest thing to Tom Brady besides getting Tom Brady. He's gonna make offensive play calling for Josh McDaniels easy. He's gonna be efficient with ball. He's gonna take care of the football. And that's what Belichick likes. With him being buddies with Nick Saban, he knows what he's getting with Mac Jones. Period. Now, are they going to? They can compete for a wild card. They're not going to get the division, and I'll leave it at that.
As always, man. Thank you guys, man. Tune in, like, subscribe, share, YouTube, everywhere. All that, man. We out.
All right. Peace.